hi. Ooh, well, this is embarrassing. You caught me in the middle of reading. But since you are here, you're probably wondering who I am. So I'm gonna introduce myself. Hi, my name is Hugo, and this is my booktube channel within pages. Ooh, very fancy. But yeah, definitely new here. So I'm doing the Booktube Newbie Tag question video, and I see that my bunny is attacking me in the back right now. She must like my fur. You like my fur? It's cashmere, has a deer on it, thank you. But to get more into that, I'm gonna go through the list of questions that they are and pretty much just give you a little bit of information about myself. So, all right, question number 1. Why did you start this channel? So, according to my clipboard, besides liking books myself and reading, I've gotten more interested in reading again after a long time of not doing so, mostly in part to the fact that my fiance has his own booktube channel, Angel Reads. You've probably seen him before because this background looks awfully familiar, but I pretty much wanted to start my own channel because I saw how much fun he was having and the community he was building, and I was like, you know what? This seems like a really cool community to be a part of, and who doesn't like reading? Like, it's not just for school, you can read for fun. Like, honestly, it's one of those things you can do, even though everybody tells you you can't. It's not like, it's not naughty. Well, it can be depending on the book that you read, but that's pretty much the reason I wanted to start my own channel. Number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? So, besides me, I do think that I probably have my own unique perspective on things. So when it comes to books, I'm extremely picky. Like, I would probably be the kind of person that might DNF something if it doesn't catch me. And I'm not going to be rude about a review. I'm going to be completely honest and transparent about it. Along with that, I have this habit of taking extensive notes on the things that I'm reading. So I like to break down chapters in books that I'm reading. And I like to call it a little bit of light reading, where I can break down the chapter, especially if it has a lot of information. A good example of that is what I'm currently reading, which is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. And I break the chapters down to something so easy to digest that you probably don't even have to read the chapter. I pretty much read a lot of different things. So between books, comics, manga, and web comics, which I've been extremely obsessed with as of late, it's just like, there's just so many different medias, so many different ways of reading, and I find it so much fun. Webcomics has been a guilty pleasure as of late. I either catch up on it on my Kindle or on my phone, and no matter where I am, I'm just like scrolling away, reading, and yeah, just like talking about things that are more than just your typical book and story is probably what I'll be doing on this channel. So, number 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Honestly, it's just the fact that I get to read and I get to discuss it with all of you. And just the community as a whole. Like, I've been watching, along with my fiance, a bit of what Booktube has to offer, and I like all the unique personalities that are on there. And it's, you know, it's just really sharing the love of reading. Like, reading for me is just like one of those nice escape things. And yeah, it's really just for the community and the love of books. Number 4, why do you love reading? That's a very interesting question. So I've always been a big fan of reading. I would say that the way that I read as a kid, it was, you know, as you know, in school we're made to read books and everything. And while some people in my class found it taxing, I always found it really interesting going to all these different places inside literature, whether or not it was Romeo and Juliet, or it was something like The Outsiders. And my bunny is attacking. Hi, Mama. Basically, being able to take a peek into everything that's going on in these different worlds, it's kind of like an escape, but it's also, you get a taste of what the writers like, where their experiences lie, pretty much, that's pretty much the reason I love reading. It's just a different world, a different way to experience adventures, especially when you can't go to certain places, you can always read about them. So, what book or series got you into reading? I don't know if I have a specific book or series that really got me into reading. It's just always, it's, you know, it's ingrained. It's just like, it's somewhere up here telling me that you're a book too. In terms of series, the one that really comes to mind would be Cassandra Clare's series, when I finally started picking up books again. You know, rest in peace my books that I had back at home. I had like a library all my own, but I couldn't bring them with me. Sad tears, but it happens. Watching the videos on YouTube or seeing people talk about books on Book Talk, it just got me interested in reading, you know, reading again. So number 6, what question would you ask your favorite booktuber? So while I have been watching a lot of different people on the platform, I can't say for certain that I have a favorite one yet. A lot of it has been like watching a little bit of everybody and what they have. So I guess this question is for all of y'all. Question being, how are you able to bring that unique flavor that y'all have? Like, how can you translate me plus book, and then this is booktube, you know? So how to stay authentic and be energized to always do your best and bring, you know, put your best foot forward when you're dealing with new books or if you're DNFing something. So how to stay completely you. So that would be my question. So question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So the hardest thing, I think it would just be, in my opinion, would be timing. So besides doing normal human day-to-day activities and my work from home job, I also have another YouTube channel, which is where I play my video games and everything. So adding this is just another thing that I'm excited to do, but it's also having to like schedule it all out. So it's more keeping myself organized, I guess, would be the hardest thing for me. I'm a very disorganized person to a degree. Like, my mind is kind of like a ball of lightning, and whatever pops out, I don't know, it's just like I have my highs and lows. So I just hope that between both YouTube channels I'm able to keep on pushing through. So staying motivated and being organized would probably be my biggest issue with the whole booktube channel. When did you start reading? Well, it's kind of like what I mentioned before. It's, you know, as a kid, to be honest. I know some people pick up books later on in life where it becomes a really big thing for them and they just find that joy for reading. I've always just had the joy for reading to begin with. It's always been that and video games. So books and video games and the occasional movie, that's pretty much been with me since forever. So as far as I can remember is the pretty much the answer. Question number 9. Where do you read? So if I'm not reading either on my bed when I feel like it, I'm usually reading in my home office. So I consider that to me my work base. So half the room is like my actual job. The other room is where I do most of my filming and most of my reading. So I usually read in the office for the most part, either on my Kindle, my cell phone, or, you know, if it's webcomics, or just picking up a book. So that's pretty much that's my oasis. That's like my happy place, and it's full of my plushies, which I do adore plushies immensely, but that's where I do all my reading. And what kind of books do I like to read? So as I mentioned before, I read a variety of different books. So I try not to stick so much into one genre because I kind of hit that dry spell where I'm just like, I'm kind of done with this, like enough mystery or enough horror. So I pretty much have it's pretty much random. So like literally I'll pick up a book, read the blurb or look at the cover, and I'm like, I'm kind of vibing with this. But it's usually either mangas, comics, webcomics, or just about any type of genre. Like, I'm pretty much open to just about everything. So kind of an answer, kind of not, but you'll see as you watch videos. So question 11, which I see done sometimes, is what does your book collection look like? So this is pretty much it in the background. So I got this shelf full of a whole bunch of stuff, and then over here, so I'll give you a up close and personal look to them. The book collection is still growing, so this little tiny little thing will probably explode into an entire entire room full of books. You see, there it goes again, the whole backwards thing. But super excited about that. And if you've gotten this far, thank you. Like, listening to myself for as long as it is, I could barely get a thought out most of the time, but if you made it this far, thank you again for watching. I look forward to meeting all of y'all and talking in the comment section, and I can't wait to start making friends in this wonderful community. So thank you and bye.